to do and you're not like desperate, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I've got to get these 6. You've got all these people now in your funnel, and you're going to keep filling that funnel so that you're not relying on 2 or 3 or 4 people to sign up. You have all of these different people that you're creating conversations with, so you're not in desperate mode. You're prepared. Okay, so Whitney is next, and I've already seen her verbiage, and it's awesome. So take it on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Jordan. Are you hearing an echo from me? Yeah, Tanya. Okay. Let me do something else here. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to be on here on my phone and my laptop at the same time, so I can paste some things in the script. Is it echoing again?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Okay, it's not going to cooperate with me.
It's not a terrible echo.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm trying to paste some things into the chat. And so what I'm going to do is, Nisa, I'm going to send them to you, and I'm going to have you paste them for me while I get off my phone, and then we can hear me more clearly, okay? So give me just 2 seconds here. I've got them all ready and broken up and ready to paste, but it's not letting me do it from my phone for some reason. They may be a little too long, Nisa. There's oh. What's that?
I got it.
Okay, sorry. So this is 4 different pieces. It's really important that you have these scripts and the verbiage before we start. And I should have thought this through better, I guess. I thought this would be a smooth way to get them in the chat. But I'm just going to go ahead and send them to Nisa and have her put them in there. And then I will go ahead with the training part here. Sorry about that, guys. Just bear with me here. Okay. Part 2. That echo is driving me crazy. You guys can use this minute to send another message or 2 if you want from Jordan's stuff. That was really good. Okay, almost done. Okay. All right, let me get off of here so it'll stop echoing. And okay, is that so much better? I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I'm like technically retarded, which is awesome, right? Because if I can be technically handicapped and be successful, then so can you, I promise. Okay. So here's what I wanted to do. So I'm all about simplicity, okay? That is my go-to now, especially after, 4 years in this business and trying a million different things and always looking for the next best thing. It always comes back to what works is simplicity and duplication. And so this whole system that Plexus has recently given us, I call it simple sharing. It's the send, share, and invite. right? Who's familiar with that? Right? It's so simple and it works for everyone, from the most brand new ambassador to the most seasoned, top of the company ambassador. And so what I did, and what I want to do with you during this portion of my training, is I took this amazing 6 free memberships incentive that we have, and I put them into what I believe are really effective and simple scripts that you can use, whether you're a brand new ambassador that just signed up, or whether you're a seasoned ambassador. And also if you are leading with the opportunity, which is something that I really, really promote. So, I do really recommend that you have a dream team list, like the people that you really think would be good at this business. Like the opportunity message may be a good one to send them, okay? So you'll see in the comments, thank you so much for doing that for me, Nisa. There's 4 different parts to my training, and if you want to, it might even be easier if you just copy and paste those and put them all into one solid note on your computer or your phone. But it wouldn't allow me to paste messages that big, a message that big. So thank you for breaking that up for me, Nisa. It looks like she had to break it up a little bit more, at least part 1 there. And so I'm just going to run through it with you guys so you can kind of understand the flow of it. And my goal with this was to give you everything you need from sending that very first message all the way until you get them signed up as an ambassador and you get them to throw up a shout out post on Facebook and to start sending out messages themselves, okay? So here is what I've come up with, and it basically is the same thing as the whole simple sharing system that Plexus gave us, but with an emphasis on you've got 6 free memberships to give away. And I love how Jordan emphasized that we don't want to look desperate and like these are just handouts. It's so important that you are, when you're offering these up to people as a gift, you say, I'm looking for the right people. I want to make sure these go to the right people. So if you're really looking for a big change and you're willing to commit to at least 90 days, why do we say that? Because we don't want them to sign up and try Plexus for 1 month and then be gone for the rest of their lives, right? So it's very important that we are emphasizing that. Jordan, can you confirm what I did not even look at when I started? I'm going to say, can you tell me what time you want me to end? I totally spaced thinking about that or looking at it.
No, Megan is next. And so I think you have until 2:40-ish.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. All right. So what I'm going to do is just read through it all. And then I hope that just seeing it step by step, like it all makes sense in your head. And you can see how this is so simple to follow. I basically wanted to give you like word for word and step by step how you, anyone, all of you can really offer up these 6 free membership gifts and do so very successfully, okay? So we're gonna start with part 1 here, and it should be in your notes. Or in the chat. If you don't know how to access the chat, if you're on a phone, you have to click on participants and then you'll see the chat option down in the bottom, okay? If you're on your laptop, there's a little menu on the bottom when you hover at the bottom of your Zoom screen and it just says chat. So find the chat either way. Hopefully you guys are already savvy with that and you already have it open. So part 1, I'm calling this March Madness Simple Sharing. So brand new ambassadors. We probably, hopefully all have at least 1 new ambassador that just joined with us, or maybe several that have these new membership codes to offer up. And that may be really intimidating for them. They may not have a clue how to promote those, okay? So here's just a really simple script that I think could be very successful for them. Hey, Megan, I just ordered some Plexus supplements and I can't wait to get started. These products have helped my friend Whitney with constipation, energy, better sleep, and blood sugar issues. The products are all plant-based and come with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Want to do this with me? I've earned 6 free memberships to gift out, and I want to make sure they go to the right people who are really looking for positive change in their life and their health and are willing to give this at least 90 days. This may or may not be a fit for you, but are you open to watching a short video, like 4 minutes short, to see why I think you would love this so much? So in each one of these, I'm using the corporate videos. I hope you guys are familiar with those. They're coming up after the messages if you're not, but the corporate videos that Plexus gave us at Super Saturday, I'm so in love with those, and I feel like that's such powerful third-party validation that's so effective. And when we're inviting people to take a quick peek at those, if they're interested enough to watch a video, I believe that they're interested enough that we can totally intrigue them with this incredible gift and the huge discount savings offered in the $199 welcome packs. And by the way, don't even get me started on the value of the $199 welcome packs, because I was of the mindset when those first started coming out and we were supposed to be promoting those seemed expensive to me. So I like hesitated and was kind of, like, but I don't even offer the 99 welcome packs anymore, guys. I'm being honest with you, because what I found is the value is so much higher on the $199 welcome packs, and they get so much bang for their buck. If I offer a $99 welcome pack, I feel like I'm ripping them off. Like, really, do you realize that for $100 more, they get literally like 4 or 5 extra products, like so much more for their money. And they're going to have such a better experience because they're going to notice like much more difference with that many more products. And so they're much more likely to have a great experience and be willing to share about it too. Okay. Anyways, off that soapbox. So here's just a general message that anyone can take and make their own. Hey, I wanted to reach out and see if you might be a good fit for a very special gift. I've earned 6 free memberships to gift to friends and family of my choice on the life-changing products that I love so much. I want to make sure these go to the right people in my life. If you're truly ready for a change in your health or finances, I would love to offer one of these. I have some typos in there. Just make sure you fix those, sorry. To you. I do ask that you're willing to commit to at least 90 days on the products so you can really give it a fair shot. Would you be open to watching a quick video, it's only like 4 minutes, about why I believe you would love this so much? Okay, so that's something that any ambassador could use. And then the opportunity-based one, hey, Mary, would you be open to another stream of income that won't interrupt what you're doing now? Depending on who the person is. Oh, shoot. My phone's talking to me. You might, give them a compliment right here. I thought of you because you have such great rapport with people. I thought of you because you have such a heart for helping people. I thought of you because you have such an amazing network. Whatever it is, give them a compliment, but be genuine about it. I've earned 6 free memberships to gift out, and I want to make sure these go to the right people who are really looking for positive change in their life and their health and willing to give it at least 90 days. This may or may not be a fit for you, but would you be open to watching a short video, like 4 minutes short, to see why I think you would love this so much? Okay, so feel free to customize those, tweak them, make sure it sounds like your words, because that's really important. They are going to be able to tell if that was a script that you copied from Whitney War, or if that is something that you are actually writing to them. So use the base of it, but say it in your words, your language, so it's you. But then, I believe that those can be really effective in just reaching out and getting enough interest to watch the video. Once they do watch the video, it's really important that you respond quickly. The video is only 4 minutes long, so wait 10 minutes at the most, and then reply with, wasn't that awesome? What stood out to you, and what could you most relate to? So you want to the whole point is to keep conversation flowing here, and getting them to acknowledge that, wow, this looks like something, that I could benefit from. Then, they may have some questions. just answer those. Keep it simple is my recommendation. Do not throw up too much information on them. That's what intimidates people and scares them away and ruins duplication, because we want them to see what we're doing with them, that it looks so easy that they in turn would say, oh, I could do what she does. You know what I mean? So just think of that, consider that. So they may or may not have questions, but anyways, the next point is to get them to like choose a welcome pack without realizing they're choosing a welcome pack. And we do that. Tara Castaneda made a really awesome video, if you haven't seen that yet, that emphasizes the value of $1.99 welcome packs. Go watch that if you haven't seen it. But anyways, I kind of took some ideas from her, and this is what you want to say next. So along with the free memberships, there's an insane discount on the welcome packs. There's up to a $380 in products for only $1.99, and these packs give you the opportunity to order a variety of great products to try. What interests you the most? Overall health, gut health and energy, weight loss, gut health and yummy meal replacements, or gut health and skincare? And then they're naturally going to say one of those three. So then at that point, you say you want to invite, and we're inviting them to jump on the phone. So you'd say, great, I know the perfect welcome pack for you, and I would love to gift you with one of my free memberships. Are you open to giving this a try with me? And then you want to jump on the phone when they say sure. So jump on the phone with them as soon as possible. The sooner the better. The more time that passes, the more likely they are to talk themselves out of it, or for someone else to talk them out of it. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and then I won't go read through the whole rest of it just for the sake of time, because we may or may not have, it looks like, yeah, why don't we take like a few minutes and send out some of these messages. But I've also got in here like the part 3 and on is after they place their order. This is some really effective verbiage that I've been using and promoting to my team, where we can get like most everyone that we talk to that signs up to agree to allow us to help them find a few friends to get their products paid for. Okay, I will read this just because if you haven't heard it before, their words are so powerful, and you can literally like tweak a sentence or two and get a completely different result. Or, it brings up a different emotional response, and that is what makes us so successful. Okay, we, especially women, and I know there's men and we talk to men too, but women make decisions based on emotions and impulse, right? So that's why urgency is important, and you want to act on that excitement of when they're like, oh wow, I probably could benefit from this, and then you want to get them on the phone as soon as possible. That's why you want to have them decide on a welcome pack as quickly as possible. And right here, when they're most excited, they've just hit submit on their order. When you say something like, congratulations, your goodies are on their way. Would you be open to allowing me to help you find a few friends who want to try this with you to cover the cost of your products or beyond? If it was simple and it didn't take much time. Zero pressure, but it's easier than you might think. And when we're using that either, like sending it to them, it's even better when we're on the phone with them always, which is the best way to sign people up. And we really promote that on our team, is you always want to be on the phone with them when they're signing up. But either way, we've had great success with this. Just sending it to them immediately after they order, or even better, while we're on the phone. And then when they say yes, then we just, we're having huge success getting them to post a shout out. When we keep it really simple and do the work for them, and credits to Brooke Hemingway for a lot of these ideas. And, we may have just tweaked a little verbiage here or there, but when they say sure, then you just make it super simple for them and say, awesome. So first thing I suggest is throw up a quick shout out post on social media. It's not salesy at all, I promise. You can sometimes get some bites this way, so just keep it really simple. I'll send you a script that you can literally copy and paste, or you can make it your own if you'd like, but don't overthink it. Short and sweet works best. And then you send them the exact script, and then it will tell them to make it public and grab a picture off their phone, so you can get that post promoted, like by some of your Plexus friends, have them go share their testimonials on there too. And then once they post, just some real quick, like a guideline of what to do with any likes or comments. And what we're doing here is we're making this so simple for them that they're kind of experiencing what we do with simple sharing. And if we can help them get some bites on it quickly, then it really like builds that interest and excitement. Even if they didn't realize there was any interest there to begin with, is what we're finding. So then you just basically have them do the exact same thing that you just did with them. It's just a loop that goes over and over and over again. And this is so simple that even, like I said, the most brand new ambassador can use it, up to a very seasoned, successful ambassador. And that's what makes it so effective. So I guess for the sake of time, we don't have time to practice this, but I do encourage you guys to share all of it. I try to figure out how I can make sure that I get the scripts to everyone here. Those that aren't on my team page, maybe I can make sure I'll send them to Tamara and the other leaders that are on this Zoom, and then they can just make sure that they can paste them with the recording in the team pages, okay? So hope you guys are excited about this and you see how we can keep this simple and make it really effective. And so that's that. I don't want to take any of Megan's time because I know she's got some awesome things planned for you. But thanks for the opportunity, you guys. We have such an incredible, incredible gift here. Like Jordan said, these 6 free memberships, when you really like look at the bigger picture, we have 6 incredible gifts here to offer. Don't just throw them out in desperation and say, sign up for free. Say, I have 6 gifts here that I'm looking for the right person. If you're willing to commit to 90 days and you're really looking for a change, that's, promote it for what it is, a very valuable thing. Don't just throw them out there like it's, you don't care who, Tom, Dick, or Harry. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to turn the time over to Megan. Thank you so much for joining in, everyone. Megan,
hey guys.
There you are. Okay,
hey.
Good girl.
Hey. Thank you, Whitney. That was awesome. I'm going to piggyback off of what she said, actually, in multiple ways. But do you guys ever feel like visuals help? This is what I was encouraging my team with in February when we had the 2 signups. And we needed to fill up those 2 spots with $1.99 packs. I'm going to encourage everyone that's on this call recording to put sticky tabs on your whiteboard in front of your desk, wherever you work, and put them on. Pray over those empty cards because everyone's going to fill up their 6 promo codes, right? But it helps. I actually learned this from one of my first ambassadors, Wendy Lawson. She just realized she was like 10 people away from earning the first leaders retreat like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. And she just made her little sticky tabs and she worked her little tail off and filled up those with names. And so if you're visual like me, fill up those or put those blank cards on a wall and then then work towards filling those up because it just gives you a visual representation of your goals. So, okay. Alrighty. I wanted to talk today about duplication because I know that, this is something that I have struggled with and I'm still working on getting better at. Hopefully some of you can relate and that I'm not alone in that. And for me, 2 things that caused me to go all in with Plexus. And one of them was Jarrett Abart's Diamond documentary. So side note, make sure you're sharing Diamond documentaries with your network and also with your new people that join you. And then number 2, as soon as I went silver, I was dabbling up to that point, but once I went silver, I was like, game on, how do I get to gold? And so I think it would behoove us to help other people start to share, okay? And it's really about us inspiring people, because from what I found is that people don't flock to me to one sign up and they don't flock to me to go silver. Yes, you'll have some natural go-getters that just see the team page and they just roll with it. But we will be so much more effective with helping people add their 3, get their mom, their BFF, their hubby, their sister, whoever, on board if we are the creative force behind that. And so I titled my little section on this part of the Zoom, I signed a new ambassador, now what? Okay, have any of you ever felt like that? It's taken me almost 4 years to realize that I don't really have a system for helping people duplicate. Maybe it wasn't a focus of mine because my focus has been so much based off of my own personal recruitment. And I just had the mindset, well, if they want to do it, they're going to go do it. Kind of like I did it. But what I've realized is that the majority of people aren't going to naturally go do that. They need us to handhold them. They need us to give them baby steps and walk alongside them. It's kind of like discipleship, okay? It's Plexus mentorship, right? And so if you get that email that says you got money, yay, we all get excited, but really that's like step 1 of 4. That's not like, oh, check, I filled up my little note card, now I'm on to the next person, right? I think really realizing that just in our brain space that's the first step. That's not like all of those steps that it took to help you get someone signed up is really just step 1, right? Because beyond just the recruitment process is that we want to help duplicate, right? And really the key to team building is developing silvers. And this is stuff that we probably all know, but just going over it refreshes our memory and it helps us put in an intentional focus on that. Because if we're not intentionally focused on that and our main focus is just recruit, our little silver percentage is going to be very small. And you want it bare bones at 10%. It's better if it's like 15 or 20%. And I think a lot of that rests on us. 1, us being creative inspirers, go do that. And 2, because of products, I didn't join for the business. And so that clouded my perspective. It shaded how I talk to people and how I share Plexus. So if you're only sharing product, you're going to build a product-based team, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to grow a business, you have to duplicate. And the best and easiest way to do that is to, I was talking to Ryan Evans and she said she just had it like in her mind, like I need to get my 3 people and then I need to help those 3 people get their 3 people. So she was like really, really, really intentional about helping her people get their 3. And so I think for me personally, I have assumed that they don't want to or they won't. Mainly because I have signed a lot of people for products. But we can't assume. You can't assume anything, okay? We have to flip that head chatter because that's gonna affect what we do, right? And so we need to affirm that, you know what, there's a lot of people that are in financial crisis. There's a lot of people that would love to help other people, but maybe they have fears. Well, most people have fears. Maybe they don't have the belief because they're like, well, I think I need to try the products first so I can put my own stamp of approval on it, right? So we have to communicate and build that belief with people. Don't be afraid to be honest. And just tell them like, hey, I would love for you not to have to budget for your products. Tell them that. There's nothing wrong with telling people that. And just say, who are 3 people that you know that we could help with this? I have avoided the questions because, I don't know, I guess based out of fear, because I thought, well, I don't know if they'd do what I did. Well, I don't know if they would be open to sharing, but why not ask them? Because you're definitely not going know if you never ask them. And what happens when you make it your process and your system to ask people is you'll find the people that do want to share. I was one of those people that totally saw potential with the business, but I wasn't asked. And I mean, that's no fault of anyone else's, but if I would have been asked or said, hey, Megan, let's make a post. Let's see what happens. Okay. I think I would have done it. I'm like, okay. Like I saw the vision with it, but I didn't have a lot of belief. I mean, I kind of did based on other people I saw in Plexus, like people I'd followed for a decade or more, given their thumbs up, they were rocking the business. So I had the belief that it worked for them, that the products were good, but I didn't have self-belief. Okay, so we have to be that for our people. And I think this idea that it's hard to develop silvers goes back to two root things, okay? Most things can be traced back to a root. Number one, recruitment, and I already kind of covered this, but there's probably a high percentage, I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but maybe a high percentage of us recruit for the products. We recruit sick people. We recruit people that need better health, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because that's why I joined, okay? And we shouldn't discount those peeps, but we also, if it's scary for you to share the business, make yourself share the business. Twice a week, make sure you have a business post. Make sure that you are sharing a diamond documentary. Maybe share why you love this business or why you were skeptical in the beginning. Whatever you can do to kind of disarm people and just share your heart, because the more you share about the business, the more people are going to be open, because what we share is the only thing that people, that's the only picture, that's the only viewpoint they have, most likely about Plexus, right? And if you're only talking about gut health and posting product information labels, that's only gonna like be appealing to certain types of people, okay? If you're recruiting for the business, it's a whole lot easier to get people to silver because you can talk about it. You don't have to like code word it. Do you guys ever feel like you have to kind of code it when people are joining for the products? Like, hey, let's get you 3 friends. You know, when people are joining for the business, you're like, oh yeah, let's get you to silver. That means you need 3 people. Go get your 3 people. Do it in 14 days and you get $422. Make sure you're signing with 199 packs. Like you can just speak kind of in a different way, in my opinion, to the people that you have recruited for the business, because they say they want this business, right? Help them faster and talk to them about going super silver and going gold. Like help them know what that looks like, because you'll have some people that just go and do. Okay, so I wanted to share my system, which has been through trial and error and actually kind of based in what Jordan has done. She shared on the Plexus Ambassador community, I think last spring, didn't even, I totally went over my head, I guess. But I just started doing this in November and I feel like it's been highly effective. So number one thing, which Whitney already discussed, is that sign people over the phone. If you have not made it your system to sign people over the phone, do it. I don't love to talk on the phone. I think it is a time sucker and it's awkward for me. But the more you do it, guess what? The better you're going to get at it. And if you're scared to do it, that means you need to do it. Talk about their pain points. You're basically a master question asker. Let them talk and listen. And make mental notes, okay? Because you're going to suggest product combinations based on what they tell you. My top 3 questions are, what are your health goals? What meds are you on? And the third question is, hey, what are your thoughts about sharing? Okay. Now, I let time lapse in between those, but usually when I have a prospect, I'll move them to a phone conversation right away as soon as I can, and then I'll chat with them. And I, like 99% of the time, I'll just say, well, why don't we just get you started? Because listen, guys, we can't help people unless we get them started. Okay, that's a quote from Jessica Heffley. Just putting them into more and more informational groups and like that sometimes delays just let's get started. Okay, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I like to close it as quickly as I can. And then I help them sign up and I walk them through that process. I prefer that they walk through it themselves. That way they know how to sign up someone. And it's not like this, oh my, I don't even know what to do. Okay. And then ask them that question, like, hey, what are your thoughts about sharing? Super simple. Just ask them what their thoughts are. And I have found that a lot of people are open to it. And if they're open to it, I'll say, well, hey, I'll help you make a post. Let's just throw it out on Facebook and I'll send you exactly what to say. Okay. And I send them so they only have to like copy paste and put a picture with it. And then I help them work that post. Some people have no idea how to follow up with someone, like if someone likes or comments on their post. And then the other thing that I do, which I had never done before, like I did not have a system of helping people make their first post. Some of my people just went and did it, right? But you'll get more people to do that if you actually ask them to. And then sometimes from that first post, if you have a person of high influence, if you have a person that just is social and social media, their post will blow up. Other people, maybe not, okay? And that's not a big deal. You just have to think of another creative way to help them share. So maybe if they're local to you, you say, hey, do you have 5 or 6 friends that would like to pop over? And I'll bring my pink drink, I'll share my story, and we'll just have a little get together. See what they think of that, okay? I do like to schedule 2 events back to back if people are open. If they're local, I like to do a local event, and I also like to do an online one because invariably there's always people that are like, oh my word, I can't make it Tuesday night, okay? Boom, hey, we have another event on Thursday night and it's online, okay? And there are so many examples. If you guys don't have a template, or if your sponsor is not hosting these little personal events for people, message Jordan, message me. Like, I'd be happy to let you be a fly on the wall on these events. We literally pre-schedule all the posts. I go live at the beginning, post, have testimonies and basic information. And a lot of times the person that hosts the event will close it out. Thank people for coming, say why they're excited to start Plexus products, things like that. And I schedule those events ASAP. Like, if they're open, I'm like, okay, hey, how about Tuesday? And I schedule like several events back to back usually. And I just tell people, like, hey, if you get 10 or 15 yeses to your event, like, I help them send out, like, say, you know, here's what to say to invite people. And then you have to coach them and help them sign up their people. So that it might look like you doing what are those 3-way messages, or it might just be them asking you the questions that they get, and then they respond back to their people. So a couple of things. Silvers are your lifeblood. If you haven't listened to Sheila Medina's Power of 3 video, go watch it. Or if it's been a while, go watch that video, because that's how to spark and initiate multiplication on your team, not just addition. And we have to get past this thing. So maybe a control thing. Like, if you're a red personality, you may feel like, well, I just have to get all the people. I just need to sign them up and You will be more effective if you, well, yes, sign people, but also help your people sign people. It's a slower process because you may be naturally competent where you can just go do it, right? But you will have to train some of your people how to go do it. But remember, like, we can't build it alone. It truly is teamwork, and, you know, creating culture on our teams, recognizing people, being excited for them, and helping them do the things, right? Helping them have financial health, helping them get their products paid for, whatever their goal is, right? And so my challenge to y'all is to go put this into practice. So look at the people that joined you last month, okay? Because new blood is usually where it's at. So you have those new people that are excited. If you have not talked to them about what their thoughts are in sharing, go ask them. Send a little voice clip, you know? If you have happy wholesalers that you never talk to about that and they love their products, go tell them, like, hey, I know you're loving your products. Like, I'm helping host these little private info events for people this month. Like, what would you say about if I hosted one for you? You have those 6 promo codes. Did you see that? You know, just ask a question and they'll be like, oh, I got promo codes? Like, I got free enrollment for people? Oh, okay. You know, so start those conversations, guys. This is a contact sport. So if you are not continually creating conversations with people, whether you're meeting new people, you're following up with old people, you're directly messaging in like, hey, have you seen my post about Plexus? Curious if you've ever tried it. Guys, don't overcomplicate it. It's super simple. Just be in connection with people. Add value to people on Facebook, right? Be friendly, be social on social media. And then don't forget about your team, okay? If you've signed up some people, don't forget about them, because they could be your future and potential people that totally run with this business. They just need encouragement and help and someone to walk along, talk along, help them along. So the 2 that you signed in February with the $199 packs, help them go silver this month. Okay, maybe they'll go double silver and get that iPad, right? Help them to see the vision for that. I'm not amazing at developing silvers, but guess what? I am trying and I'm working on that. I shouldn't say I'm trying. I am working on developing silvers, okay? And I think it's all about learning. Like, I am still in growth. I'm still in, like, the growth curve learning to be better, learning how to talk to people, learning how to ask questions. So remember also that our potential silvers are huge potential growth. That's where huge potential growth is going to come from. And also remember that for convention contest credits, that's what this contest is based around, is developing silvers. Every person that you develop to silver on your level 1 base is worth 75 points to you. Like, guys, that is huge. So it makes sense to help our people do that. Did you guys have any questions about that? Feel free to unmute or even stick them in the comments if you have particular questions, and I can help answer those. I think Nicole is going to pop on, and she has a couple of top tips, and feel free, because I can answer questions also in the comments while she chats.
Okay, it's actually Emily Burgess. I'm on the.
Oh, hey, Emily.
Hey, I'm sorry. I have the stomach bug, so I'm so sorry that I look like death. But I just want to take like 1 minute to share something with you guys, maybe 2 minutes actually. So Bob Heilig, he did that 5-day Revive Your Downline challenge a week or two ago, I guess it was. And something that he said in there really stood out to me that I just hadn't ever thought of. But he made that comment about, like, all of us, like, none of us want to be salesy. None of us want to come across salesy or schmoozy or whatever. But he said, when you send somebody a heartfelt message and you only send them one message and then you never, ever follow up with them again, even if they said no, even if they gave you crickets, he said, that is when you're being salesy. And I thought about that because when I send my messages to people, like, I really do put a lot of heart, a lot of thought, a lot of time, and a lot of prayer into the messages that I'm sending to them. And what in the world? Like 2 years ago, I sent a message to somebody just like talking about how much I loved her and how she'd be amazing in the business, and she never responded. And then she never heard from me again for 2 years. So did I actually really mean that? Or was I like letting my fear of maybe what she was thinking of me step in that way? So anyways, I really appreciated him talking about that. And so for my team this week, we're really, really focusing on follow-ups. Because you'll see, I mean, all of us know this, like you always hear that the bulk of your yeses are going to come between point 6 and 10, contact point 6 and 10, like in between those points of contact. And so if you've only messaged somebody once or twice, you cannot be sad when they say no or when they don't join. You have to continue that relationship. And I was going to share one thing with you that I just discovered. I'm sure all of you guys know this, but I'm a 37-year-old woman that does not know technology at all. But when you're in Messenger, this is like saving my business. When you're in Messenger, yes, you've got that search bar where you can like type in Megan Goff and I can pull up the thread that Megan Goff and I have had together, whatever. But did you know that you can type in on that search bar, like for us, I typed sample. And I clicked, I don't know how to show you guys this, so I'm just going to tell you step by step. You type in like sample or a word that you use in a lot of your messages. Like I use the word heart. So I maybe would type heart in my message. But then you type in whatever that keyword is, and then you click right below it. It says search messages for sample. And then what it's going to do is it's going to pull up every single message that you have in your Messenger with the word sample on it. Do you guys know, I sent out so many samples to so many people and completely forgot about it and completely forgot to follow up about that. Thank you, Hannah Hardy. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that didn't know that. I'm so glad. So anyways, I hope that helps you guys. And I hope that you guys have confidence knowing yes, I am sending out authentic, heartfelt messages. And so I need to follow up with them, even if they haven't responded or even if they said no, especially with, especially with all the new products or with the iPad or with the new program of earning $422. People may have said no in the past, but there's a lot of new stuff now that they may not want to say no to. It may be the right time for them. So that's all. I have this recorded. Again, I told you guys I'm not very good at technology, and I clicked record at the very beginning, and then I realized that halfway through Jordan's, it wasn't actually recording. So we'll have a little bit of Jordan, but at least Whitney and Megan, they were on there. Okay. Well, you guys have a good afternoon. Follow up. Reach out to your people. Oh, and one last thing. if you're sending out messages and you're not seeing a change, like if you're sending out messages, you're doing your IPAs and no one is wanting to join you, it may not be the right time, but I encourage you guys to go and see what's not working and make a change. I encourage you to take your messages that you're sending out before you send them to your upline, send them to your sideline, send them to a power partner, and have them give you constructive criticism and see if they'll help you in the way that they're reading your message. Maybe make a change. Okay, you guys have a good day. We'll share this as soon as I get it recorded and, updated and all that stuff. Okay, you guys take care. Bye.